Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video today. Remember, like and subscribe to the page and make sure you hit that bell so that when I make a video, you're notified and you can check it out. So today we're going to be talking about a Black E85 that I've worked on over the years. Belongs to a friend of mine by the name of Devin. And that Black E85 powered car just made 625 wheel horsepower on a dyno. And so it's just been tuned. This video is going to kind of go over some of the evolution of that car. Like I've said, I've worked on it probably over the last 4 years. I've had the privilege of helping him out on most of the build. And so that car is going to be going in 3 weeks' time to a drag racing event here in Alberta, Canada. And we're hoping it holds together. I think it will. It's very well prepared for going down the drag strip. It has a built engine, has a bunch of fail safes through the Link ECU that are working. It also has things like a built transmission, multi-plate clutch, built transfer case, plated RS differential, so that's the cast iron case differential. So being an Evo 5, it would have been a cast aluminum case AYC differential, so that's no longer an issue. And this car is hopefully going to put down a decent number. Of course, I mean, realistically, I don't care if he flogs on this thing or doesn't. It's his car, but I'm pretty excited to see it go down the drag strip. I think it'll run a decent number. Back when it was a Evo 9 powered car, it was in the low 12s. So now that it's a 600 wheel horsepower E85 powered car, I mean, he could sleep at the wheel and I think go into the 11s or even the high 10s. So we'll see what happens though. And so this event will be coming up. So what we'll be going over in these videos is just sort of some of the evolution of the car and some of the recent work that I've done on the car. And I hope you enjoy the video. Yeah, so as far as this Evo, there's been 3 versions of it, and I've been around for all 3. The first was a Evo 9 turbo build with cams, which I thought was really good.
It's the build.
And this was ran off of the stock ECU. With a tune from Indigo GT in Europe. And that's actually the same tune and the same setup that I'm going to be using in my Evo 6 that's going to be coming up. And Devin's going to be helping me put that together because I'm not much into the tuning side of these things. And but then the second version of this car was E85.
Yeah.
And that's when he got the 2.3 stroker.
Yeah. So I kind of blew a transmission up here with the 9 turbo. That was a lot of fun. It's exactly where this car should have been and probably was in most of its racing formats.
Yeah.
I think that, you detune it for the road, you put it what makes sense for like a person to drive, and then you put it back to basically everything it should have been. And it was perfect. I mean, anytime you're running 113, 114 miles an hour in a trap, that's a decent street car.
Oh, totally.
So, and that's what it did, even with me at the wheel, which is, I mean, it's all I blew a transmission up. It indicates the skill level there, but it was a lot of fun. I would preach that to anybody who owns one of these cars. They're light enough, they're fun enough, they're kind of sprightly enough to just pull it into that 9 turbo. If you want, put some ethanol in there and you'll get that, 350 to 420 wheel in there on that setup, which is like lots.
So after the second build, why did you decide to take it apart again?
So just this last time?
Yeah.
So
well, what did you make first?
Well, okay,
so this is important too.
So we tuned it, I guess, a couple years ago at AFR,
yeah.
And it put down at the top end before I stopped them 580 wheel.
Yeah.
And then we took it back down, and it sat happily in that 560 or so range when it came off the dyno that day. And then I drove it, and it was leaking oil from all sorts of places. There was a little mishap in the filling of the transmission as well. So I was just unhappy with how it came together and just making a mess of everything underneath. So that and some other things needed to be kind of looked at. So we decided pull the engine out, we'll put a new transmission in, one that was sort of up to the task of handling that 600 wheel torque, and just sort of really buttoning everything up. So I wasn't chasing really any additional power, or I didn't expect to gain much more power. I just wanted to take advantage of what I had originally built. And to do that, I wanted to make sure that the underpinnings were as solid as they could be.
All right, so this is a Evo 5 that I've worked on previously. It's back in my shop, and this time what we're going to be doing is pulling the engine, pulling the transmission, pulling the gas tank as well, because we have to do the filler neck. Transmission's going to be built by Shep, and there's a OS Geicon twin plate that's going to be going in as a clutch. There is an oil leak that's been a bit difficult to locate, so the plan is to just pull the whole engine out, throw it on a stand, and go through the timing side to figure out where this oil leak, like it's kind of a slow oil leak coming from. It's almost as if there's either the wrong length fasteners on the timing side, or maybe one of the gaskets gasket has been nicked or something like that. So yeah, so transmission's coming out anyway, most of the drivetrain's coming out anyway. May as well just pull the engine to give us an opportunity to clean up the bay, clean up all the oil. Yeah, it's gonna be nice to work on this, and I'll show you a few videos and photos when the engine's out. And the OS Geicon clutch that was bought for it's beautiful. There's a lot of money going into the drivetrain of this car, and then it's going to be going back for another tune, probably another one, I would imagine another 100 horsepower. I think it's only running 27 psi right now on the 85. I think the goal is probably 32, 33, 34, around there. And I think that my opinion is that it'll add another 100 horsepower. So on this engine, the balance shaft was eliminated, and here there was a plug. Now a lot of these eliminator kits, they use a stock style plug that's almost like a freeze plug that's been well, that has a rubber coating on it, and this one leaked like a sieve, so that is going to be gone. And what we're going to try is we have a fresh oil pump here, and we welded up the hole, so it's pretty unlikely that oil is going to push through a 1/8 piece of aluminum. So that's done, that's been welded up. So we're going to swap in a new oil pump and go through this engine, and then it's going to be a new OS Geicon twin plate clutch going in, a new transmission, and it's going to go off for a tune. So got the engine on the stand, a bunch of new gaskets, a new oil pump that's been modified. That balance shaft hole's been welded up. So that's going to be the next little bit of work, is going to be going through this engine, resealing it, and putting it back in the car, and then heading to the dyno again. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the video today. This is going to be one video in a multi-part series on this car, so stay tuned. Next video is going to be about installing the OS Geicon push type clutch, as well as putting the engine back in the car. So just remember to like the video and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell button so you get an update when I post videos. Thanks a lot for your time today. See you soon.